All right, so as you all know, the Trump administration is packed with all sorts of con men and frauds and grifters and degenerates and freaks and ladder climbers and, I don't know, fill in the blank with every single negative adjective you can think of. But, man, this one takes the cake, bro. This one takes the cake. Look at this. So this is originally in the Financial Times here. The Trump administration is pressuring Romania to lift travel restrictions on the Tate brothers. The UK also wants to charge them. Will we pressure them too? Strongest evidence yet that the government is in the hands of people who want to please deranged anonymous losers on the internet. So here, let's get to some of the specifics. The Trump administration has pressured Romanian authorities to lift travel restrictions on the self-described misogynist influencer Andrew Tate, a champion of the U.S. president who is facing criminal charges in Bucharest. Andrew and his brother Tristan Tate, who are dual U.S. and UK nationals, have become a cause célèbre in right-wing social media after having been arrested in Romania in 2022, charged with human trafficking, sexual misconduct, and money laundering, as well as starting an organized crime group. They have denied wrongdoing. So I love how, oh my God, how telling is it that, like, they became this big right-wing thing, and they're human trafficking. Like, the fact that they were doing crimes made the right go like, bro, these guys are badass, bro. At the same time, the same people who post all the time about how horrible Epstein is and release the Epstein list and, oh my God, can you believe that you got this dark human trafficking ring with all these elites and look at what they're doing and we need to take them down. And all of a sudden you have like, this is just like a younger, more online version of fucking Jeffrey Epstein. And they're like, we love that guy. This guy right here. Why? Because he releases fucking like TikTok videos where he pretends to be uber macho man masculine. And for these idiots, it's like, oh my God, I can't help myself. Look at him. He just called a woman a bitch and said she should know her place and get in the kitchen while he's driving a fucking Maserati. What a badass. Like, oh, this is embarrassing. They continue here. The Tate's case was first brought up by U.S. officials in a phone call with the Romanian government last week, and then followed up by Trump's special envoy, Richard Grenell, when he met with the Romanian foreign minister at the Munich Security Conference, according to three people familiar with the matter. A fourth person said a request was made to return the brothers' passports and allow them to travel while they wait for court proceedings to conclude. Yeah, do you think that's all they really want? Do you think that's all they really want? Like, oh yeah, no, let them travel, but then when the court dates happen, they got to come back. He's trying to get these fuckers off, dog. That's what he's trying to do. That's what he's trying to do. All right, more. The UK is also seeking the brothers' extradition after police in Bedfordshire obtained an arrest warrant as part of an investigation into alleged rape and human trafficking. A Romanian court ruled last year that they can be extradited once there is a final decision in their case in Romania. A separate civil lawsuit was filed last week by a woman in Florida, which alleged the brothers coerced her into sex work after having lured her to Romania and accused them of defaming her after she testified against them in Bucharest. So look, I just further record, let's remember who we're dealing with here, okay? Don't take my word for it. Take his word for it, but not only his, you're going to have the stuff Andrew Tate himself says, plus a legal expert breaking it down as we go here. You ready?
These are his words, not my words, and I'm not going to take it out of context.
You're effectively taking girls, teaching them how to make unlimited money from home, and then making sure they give it all to you.
So you're making sure that you're teaching girls how to make a shit ton of money. Right off the bat, he tells you his main goal is to have them work for him and him get all the money.
Then I realized I had about 5 girlfriends, all smoking hot, and females are an asset. Why don't you work for me so we spend more time together? Work for you doing what? So I'll have a webcam business. Oh, I don't want to do that. So, okay, I know you don't want to do that, but listen, come, let's have a meeting. Let's just talk about it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Fine. But let me explain it to you properly. In fact, I'll bring one of the girls who works for me. Your bottom bitch, the new girl, you go out for fucking a nice dinner. Your bottom bitch is the one who does the selling. You don't do the selling. The girl has to hear from a girl. And this is where your bottom bitch has to be trained. That's why I said it's so important to have a good first girl.
Remember Ghislaine Maxwell? That was the girl that recruited for Jeffrey Epstein. Almost identical to what he's talking about here.
I had a separate phone with all my girls' guys in that phone, and I kept control of it. Don't let your girl have this, because if your girl ever runs off and leaves you, you don't want her to have an address book of all the guys she can get money from.
Another aspect of control. You don't want her to have your client list, because if she has your client list, she can leave you. So you've got to restrict her information. It's a systematic method of control to control these women.
You want her to leave and go, well, I don't know the account. I don't have the password to the account. I've never set it up before. I don't know how the banking works. I don't have any of my guys' phone numbers. I have nothing. And that's why they don't want to leave. Because like, oh, well, he has everything. I need him. I have to stay with him. He has everything. It's important. I'm telling you, it's a very important element, that control.
It's a very important element, that control.
And they will leave if you don't have every aspect under control. Tax is also another important element for controlling your woman. You're not going to pay anybody tax because you're getting paid in Bitcoin. You need to tell your girl that you're paying the tax because girls are lazy and girls are stupid and girls don't understand how taxes work. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we made this much money, but I'm going to pay the tax to make sure we don't get in trouble. Now that allows you to do two things. One, it's another control element.
See how that control is a recurring theme over and over and over again?
If I do it alone, I have to deal with taxes. Taxes are complicated. The control element.
And he doesn't have respect for these women at all because he thinks they're stupid.
It allows you to pay her a smaller percentage. So I used to pay my girls 30%. So for every $10,000 they made, I'd give them $3, and I'd keep 7. They thought they were on 50%, and I said that the disparity is because of taxes. If they say, why is it 50-50? I'm the one who knows what he's doing. I'm the one with the knowledge. I'm the da-da-da-da-da-da. Shut the fuck up. Go online. Print out some tax forms. I used to do this all the time. I used to print out some random tax forms and say, yeah, sign here, sign this. What is it? It's for the tax. You want to pay the tax or not? Throw them away afterwards. But they think something's happening. Something real's happening. Nothing's happening except me getting rich, bitch.
Nothing's happening except for me getting rich, bitch. That's what he just said. So he's taking another 20% of what would have been their earnings, saying he's paying taxes, but he's not paying taxes. His words. That's fraud. Force, fraud, or coercion.
I don't know what's in the water these days, but like our criminals are getting dumber. They're getting more obnoxious, more brazen, louder. And like, they just tells on himself over and over and over and over and over. Like, my name is Crimey McCrimington, and I commit crimes. Would you like to hear me describe in detail my crimes? I'd love to do that for you. Like, how fucking dumb are you, bro? How dumb are you that you sat there and you go through it? By the way, there are compilations online that are like 50 minutes long of him just like explaining crime after crime after crime after crime after crime. Like, you are describing human trafficking. You are describing, as this lawyer points out, fraud. How you committed fraud over and over and over. What are you going to do with these people? Look, there's something, I don't know what it is, but something in today's day and age, like, I guess it's with the collapse of our institutions, where people don't trust our institutions anymore, which is partly earned, right? It's partly earned. But now what's filling the void is charismatic snake oil salesman fraudsters. Like, that's what's filling the void. So instead of like believing in the institutions and believing the system is fair and believing if you work hard, you'll get ahead, now it's like there's the collapse of those institutions, and you get people like Donald Trump, you get people like Elon Musk, you get people like Andrew Tate, you get people like Jordan Peterson, and like people look up to them and think like, oh, this is my metaphorical daddy, and I trust them, I believe in them, I believe they're looking out for me, even though he had fucking scam courses that, you know, he would basically rip off young fucking 12-year-old boys to sign up for his scam courses too. But like, that collapse of the institutions has led to this era that we're in with like the charismatic, over-the-top, larger-than-life snake oil salesman character. And we're just dealing with way too many of these fucking assholes now, right? We're just dealing with way too many of them now. It's fucking tiring. It's just every day, it's some new asshole who's like, my thing is being a hyper-misogynist and hating women and also being a human sex trafficker while I pretend like there's a conspiracy on the other side that we need to call out. It's like, I can't fucking deal with this shit anymore, bro. It almost feels insulting to have to, like, okay, let's go through the shit he said. Let's fucking debunk it. Let me show you how this guy doesn't give a fuck about you and he's actually a massive piece of shit criminal. And it almost feels insulting to have to do that because on its face, people should be able to see this and be like, yeah, this guy ain't right, man. Like, this guy's got serious fucking problems and this guy deserves to be locked up. Like, there's enough there where I shouldn't have to fucking say anything. Where you just look at it and you're like, yeah, it's very clear. Plain face reading of it, we see what's going on here. But no, this guy's got an army of like young men who fucking listen to him. They were saying, I remember reading an article a while ago where some teachers were saying that in like the fucking whatever class it was, 4th grade class, 3rd grade class or whatever, you got people like quoting Andrew Tate and shit. It's like the destruction of an entire fucking generation. Because some like massive ego narcissistic criminal decided to post all these videos on social media and get a giant following. I wish we were smarter, and I wish people could see through the obvious bullshitters faster, man. I really do. I really do. And unfortunately, that's not where we are. In fact, we're in quite the opposite place where this is the era of the con man. It really, I mean, look at fucking Elon Musk. The guy is illegally looting the treasury and hacking into it and deleting agencies on a whim, deleting the anti-scam police. And this is all at the same time. It was just proven beyond any doubt that even his biggest simps, his biggest fucking defenders, knew he was lying his ass off about, for example, being one of the best video game players in the world for some specific games. All he had to do was stream it once, and everybody was like, oh my God, he's full of shit. He's like never played this game before. Well, let me explain something to you. That same guy who's lying about that is lying about fucking everything. He's not a fucking expert. He's a guy who's good at PR. He's a guy who's good at marketing, just like Donald Trump. He makes you think he's smarter than he is. He makes you think he's larger than life. It's all bullshit PR nonsense. He's not the guy who's doing the fucking hard engineering work at like SpaceX or Tesla or wherever the fuck. He's not this legendary figure. He's a fucking idiot. He's got a doorknob IQ. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing hacking around our government programs. By the way, as he's cutting cancer research, he's giving himself $400 million more for armored Teslas from the government. This is not your hero. Not even close to your hero. I don't know how I got off on a side rant here about Elon Musk, but this is who... Why, by the way? Why is Donald Trump trying to help Andrew Tate? Look, Andrew Tate was a big supporter of Trump. He posted about that quite a bit. He even defended Trump when Trump said, basically, we're going to take over Gaza and, like, build fucking hotels and kick out the Palestinians. Andrew Tate was virtue signaling like he's all pro-Palestinian for the longest time because he's Muslim. But now Trump comes out and says that, and he starts coddling his nuts and saying, oh, I trust him. He's going to do right by the Palestinians. But you also had Barron Trump told Donald Trump about, hey, go on, like, the PBD podcast and go on Aiden Ross and go on these other. And, like, I think maybe Barron told Trump about Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate, and, you know, I think he met them a few times, and I don't know, it's like one narcissistic criminal helps out another narcissistic criminal, and he's just part of that movement, part of that, like, weird amalgamation of right-wing con men and grifters, and the end result is, hey, free the human trafficker, but you shouldn't be that surprised, because Donald Trump was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein for a decade, according to Jeffrey himself. All right, so he's got a soft spot for human traffickers. That's for sure. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.